纳吉能不能回家服刑？元首特赦令的附录到底存在不存在？这个课题今天成为争议焦点。你好，欢迎收看 Kinitv 快报。安华透露，他已经向国家元首苏丹伊布拉欣建议，把纳吉居家服刑的课题提交到特赦局处理。安华今天在国会回应国政议员询问时，以法律不允许为由，没有正面说明前任元首苏丹杜拉当初特赦纳吉时，特赦令是否还有一份附录，以便允许纳吉居家服刑。不过，安华进一步表示，由于这个课题不断被提起，因此他已经提议由现任国家元首苏丹伊布拉欣来审议。不过，前反贪会主席拉蒂花则要求安华不要躲在元首的后面，并把责任推给元首。拉蒂花更质疑安华在误导国会。他在社交媒体 X 写道：“元首是根据首相的劝告行事，因此国会议员当然可以质疑特赦局的运作。身为改革者，就必须了解这个民主问责制。”拉蒂花提醒安华必须停止声称所有关于特赦纳吉的决定都是由元首做出的，因为这个说法毫无法律依据。不过，国盟党鞭达吉尤丁不断追问安华，要他说明纳吉特赦令附录是否真的存在？为什么政府一直没有说明？政府到底是不是在非法囚禁纳吉？
Selama ini pihak kerajaan tidak bercakap benar mengenai kewujudan atau tidak addendum ini. Apakah ini bukan satu pendustaan dan penderhakaan kepada titah perintah baginda Yang Dipertuan Agong? Dan ini juga terkandung ke dalam satu perkara yang dianggap di segi undang-undang wrongful imprisonment.
面对达吉尤丁的追问，安华反击并质疑达吉尤丁身为职业律师的法律能力，竟然忘记了国会不得议论法庭正在审理的案件。安华也不忘嘲讽在野党虽然向来谴责纳吉，但如今却捍卫纳吉。
Nak cari cheap political stunt, and the hypocrisy is suddenly dan jadi champion Datuk Seri Najib.
纳吉目前正在针对特赦令附录的案件提出上诉，但彭亨州法律顾问赛夫表示，彭亨王室不会对这件事发表任何声明。马先社报道，赛夫今天在文告中说，王室根据彭亨大臣旺罗斯迪和他的建议做出了这个决定，以便尊重法庭程序。 你想通过 WhatsApp 接收新闻吗？欢迎追踪当今大马的 WhatsApp 频道，这样你就能够通过频道推送及时收到新闻消息。欢迎扫描荧幕上的二维码，或到说明栏打开链接，马上加入当今大马的 WhatsApp 频道吧。记得打开小铃铛或取消静音，这样才能够收到推送通知，避免错过重要的新闻。 虽然受到一些伊党领袖抗议，但国盟主席慕尤丁依然委任阿兹米出任国盟总秘书。不但如此，另外5名土著团结党领袖也分别受委国盟重要职位，伊党每人分得一杯羹。阿兹米今早发布文告，公布国盟最高理事会组案的这个议决，除了由他出任国盟总秘书，马斯也出任国盟妇女组主席，阿莫费沙担任国盟宣传主任。同时，为了配合土团党最近的党选成绩，韩沙赞努丁当国盟署理主席，而拉兹吉丁和罗纳健迪则出任国盟最高理事。 换言之，土团党昨天获得国盟6个重要职位，不过这些职位原本也是由土团党的人选出任。白礁岛黄委会报告建议刑事提控前首相马哈迪，安华也批评马哈迪没有保卫国土，形同叛国。对此，马哈迪今天召开记者会反击，撤回白礁岛案的国际法庭上诉是2018年内阁的集体决定，而安华的妻子旺阿斯莎是当时的副首相，也有份参与这个决定。
She was sitting next to me. But she didn't say anything, nor was she called by RCI to give evidence. So it seems that they pick and choose the people they want to question so that they can get the results that they want.
马迪强调，马来西亚最初就国际法庭裁决提出上诉就是错误的。他解释，国际大学专家就曾建议政府上诉可能会对马来西亚产生不利影响，包括失去其他国家对马来西亚将信守承诺的信任。 吉打大臣沙努西9月底向雪州苏丹道歉后，今年终于摆脱其中一项煽动罪名。但至于另一项涉及时任国家元首苏丹阿杜拉的煽动罪，则将在明年2月底开审。沙努西的律师今天在沙南高庭表示，针对第一项罪名，法官给予了沙努西无罪释放的裁决。沙努西去年7月在煽动法令下被控2项罪名，第一项控罪是他嘲讽雪州苏丹委任阿米鲁丁担任雪州大臣的决定，第二项控罪则是指控沙努西质疑国家元首下令在上届大选后组建团结政府的决定。 当今大马新闻实验室再有重磅报道，揭露吉兰丹花旺生特米亚原住民可能因为铁矿开采活动而导致他们的血里铬含量超标。特米亚原住民终其一生都在这里的河流捕鱼、游泳和洗浴，但他们担心让河流变成铁锈红的物质正在毒害他们和孩子。当今大马记者实地采集了原住民的血液样本，而检测结果显示，他们的担忧并不是毫无道理。想知道他们正在面对怎样的困境，采矿活动又如何影响他们的生活？敬请订阅当今大马文字版，支持独立媒体报道好内容。感谢你收看今天的 Kinitv 快报。最后，我们有一则由自由今日大马赞助的影片，内容为沙拉越石油和天然气勘探权的介绍。影片中的观点不代表本台立场。预知完整内容，请浏览自由今日大马的网站。
But for heaven's sake, don't kill the goose that lays a golden egg.
Those were words of warning uttered by Tengku Razali Hamzah, one of the architects of Malaysia's oil and gas framework. He was there in 1974 when a win-win federal-state partnership was cemented, built on integrity and a commitment to the fair distribution of wealth among all Malaysians. According to Tengku Razali, Sarawak's then Chief Minister Rahman Yaakob played a central role in negotiating for the establishment of Petronas. He said Rahman and then Prime Minister Abdul Razak Hussein had acted in good faith, putting national interests above all else.
And he was a man who wanted this body to be created. And he's taken into consideration all those laws that were enacted in the states. And Petronas was born after that.
The nationalization of oil resources gave Malaysia a fresh start. It allowed the country to channel oil wealth into building its future, funding public goods like education, healthcare, and infrastructure.
And we could really make use of the oil wealth for the building up of the country. Let it grow together and let people benefit. Tun Razak's noble thinking should go back to the people. And I agree with him.
But today, Sarawak's aspirations for greater control over oil and gas resources within its borders may be putting that legacy at risk. Over the past year, Sarawak has pushed aggressively for Petronas to seal a deal that would transfer Petronas' multi-billion ringgit aggregator role to the state's own oil company, Petroleum Sarawak Berhad. The aggregator role is a critical part of the downstream oil and gas supply chain. Analysts say Petronas' bottom line, which includes an annual profit of up to 20 billion ringgit from gas production in Sarawak alone, could take a hit if the national oil company accedes to Petros' demands. Premier Abang Johari Openg has defended Sarawak's actions, claiming them to be a constitutional right. He says Sarawak is prepared to take its battle to the courts if challenged. Sarawak says its actions are justified based on a colonial-era order issued by Queen Elizabeth II in 1954, which, it claims, extended the state's boundaries. It also relies on state enactments such as the Oil Mining Ordinance 1958 and the Distribution of Gas Ordinance 2016, and has established Petros, the state's very own oil company, to assert control over ONG resources within its borders. However, experts have questioned the legitimacy of those claims. They argue that the Petroleum Development Act 1974, a federal law which grants Petronas exclusive ownership of all onshore and offshore petroleum resources, overrides Sarawak's state laws. Article 75 of the Federal Constitution states, if any state law is inconsistent with the federal law shall prevail, and the state law shall, to the extent of the inconsistency, be void. For his part, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has stressed the importance of dialogue to resolve such differences.
This is a federal system. We navigate, we negotiate, but we draw the line.
Deputy Prime Minister Fadila Yusof, a Sarawakian, believes both parties can arrive at a mutually beneficial solution.
What we want to achieve is a win-win for both state and also federal.
But Sarawak's push for full control over its oil and gas distribution raises concerns about its potential impact on Petronas's role and the national economy.
If Sarawak feels that they've been victimized, why not bring up the issues and talk with the central government or the Prime Minister who's in charge of Petronas and see where things have gone wrong and where they have been shortchanged. And I'm sure they can put it right. But for heaven's sake, don't kill the goose that lays the golden egg.
Former Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin echoed similar sentiments, warning that undermining Petronas could backfire on Sarawak itself.
Saya fikir orang Sarawak pun bijak juga. Abang Jo, saya kawan kenal. Bila dia buat sesuatu tuntutan tu, dia tahu fikir ada batas. Takkanlah sampai orang kata to kill the goose that lay the golden egg. Ambil semua sampai Petronas jatuh, rugi. Pasal kalau Petronas rugi, Sarawak pun rugi.
Since its inception, Petronas has contributed roughly 1.4 trillion ringgit in dividends, taxes, and cash payments to the nation's coffers, funding Malaysia's development and socio-economic progress. Industry experts say Petros lacks Petronas's scale, resources, and expertise to make a similar impact on Sarawak's economy. Former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad believes compromise is possible, provided national unity is preserved.
They want autonomy in the production of petrol. They can share perhaps in the production of petrol. That can be studied.
The stakes are high. Weakening Petronas could jeopardize Malaysia's ability to invest in infrastructure and public services across all states. Resolving this dispute requires visionary leadership. Malaysia's golden goose can only continue to enrich all its peoples if our present leaders display the same spirit of trust, integrity, fairness, and unity shown 50 years ago.
So I think we need to ensure that this process of negotiations with trust, understanding and respect continue.
Danish Rajareza, FMT Business.